Shalom, 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 my brothers and sisters. Shalom, peace and greetings to you all. Welcome to another Savory Sunday, where we do what? Break down the Most High's commandments and give our brothers and sisters a better understanding of the commandments than they had yesterday. And today is no different, So welcome to another Savory Sunday. I'm your brother Ananias for A.O.I, the Awakening of Israel. And as always, the honor and privilege to come before you to give you another edifying and uplifting class. But before we get started, we want to give our honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being His Son, who the world calls Christ. And through His strength, sacrifice, and example, we are all able to be here today to be uplifted in the spirit and edified at the same time. So we appreciate everybody tuning in. For those who will tune in, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? Because it's important for our brothers and sisters to understand what's going on at all times. And part of being a repentant Israelite in this truth at these times, it's important that we know what's going on and what we're supposed to be doing. All right. So I'm your brother Ananias once again. And today's Sunday or Savory Sunday topic is called idolatry. Stop it right damn now. We're going to be dealing with idolatry. Stop it right damn now, because a lot of our people don't understand that they going off in idolatry. They don't know what it means. They don't know that it's a commandment that was given by Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai from the get-go. So we're going to dive into that today. Why? Because it's important for us to know what the commandments are and how, when we keep them, how we would be rewarded and the consequences of not keeping the commandments. So that's the whole purpose of these Savory Sundays. And another reason would be, let's go to Ephesians. Bear with me right quick. Let's go to the book of Ephesians, chapter 5. We're going to start at verse 1. It says, be ye therefore followers of Yahweh as dear children. Be ye followers. So when we follow him, that means we got to seek him. We got to understand where he's trying to lead us in order for us to follow. So when we are followers, that means we seeking what he say. Seeking his direction, his instruction. So we are following his commandments as dear children, all right? And walk in love. So while we following him, we're supposed to be walking in love. What's love? The commandments. As Yahweh Shai, Christ, also have loved us. He loved us by keeping the commandments. And have given himself for us an offering and a sacrifice to Yahweh for a sweet smelling Savior. So when we walk in love, when we keep the commandments as Christ did, when we follow the example that he left for us to live by, guess what we become? A sweet smelling Savior. Something that the Lord loves to smell, to be a part of. That's what happens when we keep the commandments and walk in the way. When we are followers of Yahweh, we become a sweet smelling Savior. Now, which of you brothers and sisters that's tuning in, when you smell something good, you don't want to move in closer. You want to find out what's actually going on. You smell that. You wake up in the morning, smell that good breakfast cooking. You don't want to stay in the bed. You want to get up and go down to where it's being cooked at. You want to be a part of it. Even for your husband or your wife, they smelling good. You want to get next to them. You see that? Same thing. When we walk in love and keep the commandments, the Most High is going to, when we follow him, we become a sweet smelling Savior. Doing the things that he wants, therefore he comes nearer to us. So that's why we want to apply these commandments. But first, in order to apply them, we got to learn it. All right. What's the benefit of learning and keeping the commandments? Here's another precept for you. Let's go to the book of Proverbs. The book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 1. The Book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 1. And it reads, my son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. See how he's constantly being repetitive about keeping his commandments, following his instruction, walking in his way, following him. Keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. So that's the main reason why we want to keep these commandments, because we're going to live a longer life and we're going to be in peace. These are the things that will be added unto us for keeping the commandments. Everything else is nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Straight nonsense. You want to eat healthy, but you ain't keeping the commandments. That's a waste of time. We want to go to the gym and pump iron, but we ain't keeping the commandments. That's a waste of time. We want to open up the book and read and study, but we ain't keeping the commandments. That's a waste of time. So if we apply and don't forget them and apply the commandments, we're going to get a length of days. We're going to get everything that we so seek in this life. Understand that. But for now, let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 1. Basic principles, but we got to understand them nonetheless. The book of Psalms, chapter 1, verse 1. This is another reason why it's important for us to keep these commandments. And it reads, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. The ungodly are the things that we learn in this world. You know what I'm saying? The man that don't walk in that counsel, he will be blessed. But the world tells us if we follow the ways of the world, we'll be blessed. That's not so. Nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. If you're not doing these things, you will be blessed. Understand it. Verse 2. But his delight is in the law of the Lord. So instead of hanging out with a bunch of sinners or sitting around being scornful or being around the ungodly, your mindset is going to constantly be in the delight of the Lord, which is learning and meditating day and night on his laws, statutes, and commandments, trying to better yourself, trying to better your people, trying to better your family, your household, your mindset. But his delight, that blessed man right there, his delight is in the law of the Lord. And in his law doeth he meditate day and night. If you're not meditating on the laws of the Lord, what are you doing? Especially if you call yourself an Israelite. If you're a repentant Israelite, truly, what are you doing if you're not meditating on the laws of the Most High? If you ain't reading the testimony, if you got something better else to do, you can't call yourself a repentant Israelite. That's just a title you trying to hide behind. And it's doing more harm than it is benefit towards you or your people. Because over time, you're supposed to become stronger. You shouldn't be at the same level you was at 3, 4, 5 years ago. You should be elevating every year that you are in this truth, learning and meditating day in and day out. There's no way you should be on the same level you were on 3, 4, 5 years ago. That means you ain't doing the work. That means you really don't care when you think about it. Because if you're not walking in the counsel of the ungodly, you're not hanging around with a bunch of sinners, you ain't sitting in the seat of the scornful, that means you would do what? Meditate day and night on the laws of the Lord. So if you were doing these things, you would do what? Be like verse 3. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. So he or she, brother or sister in this truth, if you meditating day in and day out in this truth, you're going to see growth. Whether you looking for it or not, you will see growth. Your understanding will grow to another level. The way that you speak, the way that you carry yourself, you know what I'm saying? The things that you will learn and obtain in this life, everything will start to increase and you're going to start bringing forth fruit. Brothers and sisters that once upon a time would never have come your direction, they come in your way now to get understanding because your mind has elevated. They see you in another light. They see that you got the answer to the things that's going on. Why? Because you've been meditating. Why? Because you've been studying the laws of the Most High. And when he see you doing these things, he's going to bless you. That's what we read in verse 1. Why? Because you're not walking in the counsel of the ungodly. You realize that counsel is wicked. It ain't going to lead us nowhere. It's only going to destroy us as time goes on. When you listening to the counsel of the ungodly. So that's another reason why we're supposed to be keeping these commandments and learning about them. And that's the reason why we do these classes, to teach our brothers and sisters, to uplift and edify and raise our nation of people to another level. If you ain't doing that, if that's not your main focus, you need to consider your ways. You need to examine yourself day in and day out. I know I do. I don't have it all together, but my main objective is to love my people, to learn as much as I can so I can teach and give back so we can get the hell out of them. But if your mindset is elsewhere, you in this for the wrong reason. But from there, let's go to Isaiah chapter 62. The book of Isaiah chapter 62. And we're going to go to verse 10. The book of Isaiah chapter 62, verse 10. And it reads, Go through the gates, prepare ye the way of the people. Cast up the highway, gather out the stones, lift up a standard for the people. So we're supposed to be going through life, going through the cities, through the states, through the countries, preparing a way for the people. Gathering out the stone, the precious stone, the 1/3, lifting up the standard for the people to live by. Not by the ways of this world, which is filth, which is trash, which is destruction and chaos. We're supposed to go find our brothers and sisters. Cast up the highway. The Lord told us in Luke 14:23 to do what? Go to the highways and byways to teach our brothers and sisters, to give them this knowledge, to find his elect. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that we're supposed to be seeking after so that we can lift up the standard. The standard for us as a nation, the Israelites, the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, is to come back to, or to repent and come back to keeping the Most High's commandments, his laws, statutes, and commandments. If we ain't setting up the standard, we wasting our time. It's that simple. But let's go to Exodus chapter 20. We're going to get into this commandment that we're going to go over today and show our people where they're going to hell off in society, in this world where they have been taking counsel of the ungodly. Let's go to Exodus chapter 20. We're going to start at verse 1. This is one of the big 10 commandments that our brothers and sisters say that they know about, that they pastors and deacons is teaching them about. We're going to go into this commandment and see, are you really being taught about it? Do you really understand the seriousness, the severity of the situation? Let's deal with it. Let's go to the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 1. And Yahweh spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God. He didn't say all God of all. He said thy God, being specific, talking to the children of Israel. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. So we know that Egypt means out of bondage, out of slavery. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. That was the first commandment given. No other gods before me. When you have other gods before him, you in a state or a form of idolatry. But I'm going to keep reading. It says, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity, meaning the sin of the fathers upon the children unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me. Because the love of the Lord is to keep his commandment, but to break his commandment is to show him that you hate him. And he just showed you, or told us, that when we break his commandments, he's going to be visiting the iniquity, meaning he's going to be handing out judgments, punishments to those individuals from all the way down to the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate him. So this is another main reason why we as a nation of people have to learn these commandments, to teach our young ones coming up under us and the ones around us to turn from their wickedness, from sin, from breaking his commandments, so that he will stop visiting the iniquity and start uplifting us as a nation. start blessing us rather than punishing us. Understand it. All right. So we understand that he don't want us serving no other gods, making no other gods, whether it be in the heaven, the sky, on land, or in water. Nor does he want us bowing down to these things, nor serving them. Because they didn't save us. They didn't wake us up. They are not feeding us. They didn't create this earth that we walking around on, so why are we worshiping them? But our people find it hard to do these things. Why? Because they have no knowledge. But let's go get the definition of an idol. It says that this is Merriam-Webster dictionary, and this is idol. As a noun, it's an object of extreme devotion. An object of extreme devotion. A representation or symbol of an object or of worship, a likeness of something, a false conception, a fallacy, a form of appearance visible without substance. So we understand what an idol is. An object, of extreme devotion. A lot of our people don't even realize the things that we put forth in front of us in life. We actually look at it as an idol without even knowing. Think about it. A lot of us will put our kids on a pedestal and try to give them the world. We'll do everything to try to please a child. An object of extreme devotion. You trying to do everything for this child to make them happy, to make them learn, to give them the world. At that particular moment, you have created an idol. You have put them on a pedestal and created an idol. Men do it with their women. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. They go after the happy wife, happy life. They trying to buy the love of the woman. They trying to give her everything that you can think of to make her happy so that you can live a so-called happy life. At that particular moment, my brothers, you have made her an idol. And as you read through the scriptures and as you see in life, you see men doing this constantly, and it's nothing but error that comes behind it. Understand it. Trying to give everything to the child. Here you go. Here, take that. Here, take that. They don't give a damn about that. When you actually take time out of your day and actually look back on your own life, that would not have changed the relationship that you had with your own parents. It wasn't about the gifts that they gave you. It was about the time that you spent with them, the knowledge that you poured into them. That's what made the difference in the relationship. It wasn't about you trying to get in the world. Every time they ask for something, you got it. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't hold any value. Think about this. Because if somebody's not putting in any work, they're not getting anything out of it, they don't take no responsibility for these things. They won't have any responsibility or any level of accountability. Think about how you working so hard to get this to this child. That child he don't see the struggle that you go through. You trying to give them birthday gifts, Christmas gifts. You just trying to give them gifts on top of gifts on top of gifts because you got it. But that child don't respect that. Nor are they willing to do anything to achieve it. Especially this generation coming up. But who do we learn these things from? Our enemies. You know, a lot of brothers and sisters, they worship money. They put money above everything. What they got, what the saying in the world, money over everything. They worshiping money. They'll go kill a brother for some money with their enemy face on. They'll neglect their family trying to chase money. Neglect teaching, talking, pouring into their family, trying to chase the buck. And then when you get 40, 50, 60 years old trying to retire and you see your family, they gone, they ain't calling you, they ain't picking up the phone, and they out there struggling like hell, you looking back like, what happened? Because you was putting money as a god, as an idol. You was putting that money on a pedestal that you was chasing. And it wasn't about the money. But you made the money your idol, your god. In extreme worship, devotion. See that? But let's go back to worship. What does it mean to worship? To worship, to honor or show reverence for as a divine being or supernatural power, to regard with great or extravagant respect, honor, or devotion, to perform or to take part in worship or an act of worship. Okay, we understand that. So the Lord saying he don't want us bowing down and worshiping things that we make with our hands, things that we see in the sky, that we think we know about in the heavens, that we see on earth, or that's in the water underneath. He don't want us bowing down to these things and serving them, worshiping, as we do here in this society. Why? Because it's blasphemous, for one, and it's going to lead you astray. It's going to lead you away from the Most High. Think about it. I mean, you can't serve two gods. You can't serve the Most High, following his commandments, and then be idolizing something else that's going to turn you away from him or take away your time. How are you going to serve the Most High, but where it? I took it away. How you going to serve the Most High when he tell you to follow him, learn, and meditate on his commandments, but you so busy chasing after money, you ain't got time? You can't do both. It don't equal out. You got too much work to do, too much money to chase. You ain't got time to study. You ain't got time to read. You ain't got time to pray. So how can you worship the Most High if you chasing after money? You can't do both. You got to have the one true God, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, on the pedestal. You got to be searching and seeking him day in and day out. When you do that, everything else gonna fall in place. But our mindset here in Babylon the Great is so backwards. It's unreal. We gonna study to be healthy and set up time schedules to go to work, but we ain't got no time for the Lord. We ain't putting no effort toward the Lord, but we chasing the bag to stay broke and just to give it to somebody else, just to keep paying bills and stay broke in a society that was built as a punishment for us. It ain't built up for us to win in. I don't know how long or what it's going to take for our brothers and sisters to realize that this society that we living in right now, it was not built for us to win in. We got to know that by now. But once again, the Lord don't want us doing what? Worshiping other idols, worshiping the sun, the moon, the stars. He don't want us dealing with that. Why? Because that was the other nation were created to do. I'm going to prove that to you. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 4. We're going to go to verse 15. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 15, and it reads, "Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves, for ye saw no manner of similitude on the day that the Lord spake unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire, lest ye corrupt yourselves and make you a graven image, the similitude of any figure, the likeness of male or female, the likeness of any beast that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged fowl," meaning bird, anything that fly, even an insect that flieth in the air, the likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the earth, unless thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the host of heaven, meaning in the sky, shouldest be driven to worship them and serve them, which the Lord thy God have divided unto all nations under the whole heaven. That right there is showing you that the other nations are created to serve these other deities, the stars, the sun and the moon and the stars, idols. The Lord did that to the other nations, not for us. Understand it. So what are we talking about? Idolatry, and how the Lord is against it. How he don't want his people bowing down, serving, or creating any other God and bowing down to serve it or worship it. But what are we doing today? We doing exactly the opposite of what the Most High commands us to do. We out there bowing down to everything you can think of and don't even know about it. Don't even know about it. Let's go to Psalms 135 right quick. Psalms chapter 135. And we're going to go to verse 15. Psalms chapter 135, verse 15. And it reads, the idols of the heathen are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. Once again, that's another precept proving to you that the Lord said the heathen, meaning any nation outside of the nation of Israel, are created to serve idols. And their idols are silver and gold, and they are the works of men's hands. We are not supposed to be participating in that. That's idolatry. That's wickedness. That's sin. That's going to eventually get us killed, like it has been or has done in time past. All right, let's keep reading. They have mouths, but they speak not. Eyes, but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not. Neither is there any breath in their mouths, that they make them are like unto them. So is everyone that trusteth in them. You see that? Everyone that trusts in idols is made just like that idol. They got ears but can't hear. They got mouths but can't speak truth. They got eyes but can't see truth. When you making these idols and you bowing down and worshiping, you become just like that idol that you made. They can't save themselves. They can't speak up for themselves. They can't hear the things that are around them. Think about that. Think about it. The American flag, for instance. Our people bowing down to this thing. How can that save you? It can't even save itself. If you decided to have that and create a fire and put it up on, that flag can't save itself. Neither the eagle that they attach to it. If you grab that eagle and start a fire, that eagle can't save itself. It can't speak for itself. It can't hear what you're doing to it. But our people worship that thing. They saluting it. Think about that. You bowing down, you serving that thing. When they play that anthem in them schools or at the baseball games you go to, people, they stand up, they take their hats off, they put their hand on their heart, they saluting it. But at the same time, when they see their own people, they won't even speak. But you got so much passion for this flag, so much love, so much, what they say, extreme devotion to this flag that you stand up wherever you at to salute it. They play it before every one of them football games, basketball games you go to. Everybody standing up saluting the flag. That flag can't save itself. And if you go to these other countries outside of the states, guess what? It ain't gonna save you. It ain't gonna save you. Matter of fact, you might get killed for wearing it in another country. But we over here saluting it and teaching it to our kids, indoctrinating them at a young age. They don't even know what the hell they doing, but they got them in the class saluting and putting energy into it. They start them off in the first grade, maybe even kindergarten. Every day, saluting this damn flag. But you don't want to talk to the kids about life or about keeping the commandments. But them schools, they indoctrinizing your child every day to stand there and salute that flag. I was part of it. I'm no better than you. But now that I know what's going on, it's my job to teach you what's going on. That's idolatry right there. And they made every last one of us participate in it. Every last one of us. And we ain't been in elementary school in I don't know how long, but I guarantee you, every last one of us can stand up and pledge allegiance to that flag. We still remember the creed. We still remember how to stand and salute it. That's idolatry right there. And they teaching it to your kids day in and day out. Mine as well. Or used to. Think about it. Idolatry at its finest. But this is what you're serving and don't even realize you're in idolatry. It can't save itself. Let's go back to that. They have mouths but speak not. Eyes have they, but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not. Neither is there any breath in their mouths. The flag ain't got no mouth, no eyes, no ears. Yet and still, people is ready to die for it. Foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back to Deuteronomy chapter 17. Deuteronomy chapter 17, right quick. We heavy in idolatry and don't even know it. They got us thinking that idolatry is, and we got a damn statue on a shrine in the closet somewhere, and you come in there and burn incense to it every day. That's idolatry too. But that's where our mindset is in this nation. That's where we think idolatry is. No, it's bigger than that. And these people know that, and they trying their damnedest to keep you confused where you don't understand what's going on. But let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 17. We're going to start at verse 1. It said, thou shalt not sacrifice unto the Lord thy God any bullock or sheep wherein is blemish or any evil favoredness, for that is an abomination unto the Lord thy God. Stick with me. Remember to take notes as well. If there be found among you within any of thy gates, meaning your land, which the Lord thy God giveth thee, man or woman, that have brought wickedness in the sight of the Lord thy God, in transgressing his covenant, meaning his commandments, and have gone and served other gods, idolatry, and worship them, idolatry, either the sun or moon or any of the host of heaven, idolatry, which I have not commanded, and it be told thee, and thou hast heard of it, and inquired diligently, and behold, it be true, and the thing certain, that such abomination is wrought in Israel, then shall let me read that again. Verse 5, Deuteronomy 17:5. Then shalt thou bring forth that man or that woman which have committed that wicked thing unto thy gates, even that man or that woman, and shall stone them with stones till they die. See that? So we were supposed to be doing what? Not being in idolatry. And when you went into idolatry and it was found out and it was proven, that brother or sister would be stoned to death. At the mouth of two witnesses or three witnesses, shall he that is worthy of death be put to death. But at the mouth of one witness, he shall not be put to death. So that's important as well. And when dealing with judgment, it got to be in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses before anything can be decided. One man, opinion or thought, that don't carry weight. That's thus saith the Lord. You got to be in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses. Understand that. But we understand when you in idolatry, the penalty for that is death. All right. Let me go to the book of Exodus chapter 32 right quick. Because idolatry is wicked as hell, but it's nothing new to our people. Not that that's something to justify what we do or how wicked our people have become or how beguiled we have become as a nation of people. But it's a history behind it. Not that we should follow behind those patterns, but I'm just making it known that these things are not new. It's nothing new under the sun. And when you read the scriptures, you read and you understand that our people, our forefathers and foremothers went through these things beforehand. And when we read, we realize where they were blessed at and where they were punished at for going off, for breaking these commandments. Therefore, we're supposed to read it, understand, and change our life to be blessed rather than to be punished. So let's go to the book of Exodus, chapter 32, verse 1. We're going to read 10. And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron. So Moses is up there in Mount Sinai getting the commandments. He's getting the understanding from the Lord. He getting more than 10 commandments for those who don't know. He was up there for 40 days and 40 nights. You think he went up there just to get 10 commandments? It's bigger than that. All right, I'm going to read it again. And when the people saw that Moses delayed, meaning he was up there for a minute, to come down out of the Mount Sinai, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron, his brother, and said unto him, Up, make us gods, which shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what is become of him. So they like, I don't know what happened to this brother. He done brought us out of Egypt and he done disappeared. He been gone for 40 days, man. I don't know if he's still alive or what, but make us some gods. Now you got to ask yourself, why is it that these individuals, why is it that the nation of Israel at this particular time, once they were brought out of Egypt, why is it that they wanted to go back into serving other gods? Why is that? Well, let's go into some history right quick dealing with Egypt. This is some Wikipedia information dealing with the ancient gods of Egypt. All right. It says ancient Egyptian religion was a complex system of polytheistic beliefs and rituals that formed an integral part of ancient Egyptian culture. All right. It's centered on the Egyptians' interactions with many deities, meaning many gods, believed to be present and in control of the world. About 1,500 deities are known. 1,500 deities, gods, are known. Rituals such as prayer and offerings were provided to the gods to gain their favor. Former religious practice centered on the pharaohs, the rulers of Egypt, believed to possess divine powers by virtue of their positions. Think about that. They had over 1,500 different gods in Egypt. That's why our people were so quick to go back to serving another god. They said to Aaron, as soon as we got delivered, after we were crying to the Lord to save us, as soon as he sent somebody to deliver us, and the leader who led us out of there dipped off. I know he told the people he was going up to the mount. He told them these things. But they were impatient, just like we are impatient today. So as soon as he went up onto the Mount Sinai, they run up to Aaron talking about make us gods. Now, why would they go to Aaron? Because he was the next in charge. So they know if they got this man to do these things, there ain't no fault on them. So they went to the next in charge to try to get him to go off. Make us gods, which shall go before us. Which shall go before us. All right, let's go down to verse 2. And Aaron said unto them, break off the golden earrings which are in the ears of your wives, of your sons, and of your daughters, and bring them unto me. He didn't even put up a fight at all. He broke down just like that. He ain't try to stand up for the Lord or for what's right. He said, all right, I got you. Why? Because his mindset hadn't been changed yet. Even though he was working with Moses to help free us, his mindset hadn't been changed yet. Think about that. But I want to point out something else as well. At this particular moment, he said, break off the golden earrings which are in the ears of your wives, your sons, and your daughters. So men, women, and children had what? Earrings. Earrings. Think about that. All right, verse 3. And all the people break off the golden earrings which were in their ears and brought them unto Aaron. And he received them at their hand and fashioned it with a graving tool. And he made it a molten calf. And they said, these be thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. How foolish, how simple we are. That's why the Lord said we are foolish people. They know damn well God that they made with their hands didn't deliver them out of Egypt. They just made it. How in the hell did that happen? How would they even be foolish enough to believe that? That idol wasn't even created at that time, but they following behind it. They just made it. That's the simplicity of our people. Ye simple ones, how long will you love simplicity? All right, verse 5. And when Aaron saw it, he built an altar before it, and Aaron made proclamation and said, tomorrow is a feast to the Lord. So after he made this guy, now he want to make a feast to it. And they rose up early on the morrow and offered burnt offerings and brought peace offerings, and the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play. You see that? They went on their own thoughts, their own mind, because of the things that was implanted, instilled in them when they was in captivity, in slavery, in Egypt. Egypt had over 1,500 gods, as we just went over. Over 1,500 deities are known to be in existence in the history of the nation of Egypt. Over 1,500 gods. So we go to Aaron and tell him to make us a god. This is what he popped out. This is from that movie, the 10 Commandments from back in the day. This is what they made, the golden calf that they were bowing down to and serving. Not saying that's an actual depiction, but this is what they had in that movie. And if you go back and watch my brother Yakub video he did, a Sabbath day class on where is Mount Sinai, you'll actually see where Mount Sinai is located at, and you'll see at the bottom of that mountain, they had carbon sketched into the rock or carved into the rock, emulating the same image that you see right here, the golden calf. What the Israelites had put together and built while Moses was up in Mount Sinai. At the bottom, they made those gods and said, "These be thy gods," and sat down and worshiped them. They made offerings to him. They had drink offerings. They was having a party down there. Think about that. Let me keep reading. Verse 7, Exodus chapter 32, verse 7. And the Lord said unto Moses, "Go, get thee down, for thy people," meaning the Israelite, which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt, have corrupted themselves. How did they corrupt themselves? By being in idolatry. They built something, they bowed down, and they served and worshiped it. All right. They have turned aside quickly out of the way which I have commanded them. They have made them a molten calf and have worshipped it and have sacrificed thereunto and said, "These be thy gods, O Israel, which have brought thee up out of the land of Egypt." How foolish, how simple. Most High see what's going on. That's why he said, "I have seen this people." We're going to read that next. And the Lord said unto Moses, "I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. I just saved them when they was crying out to me. I go in, I save them, I show them miracles they ain't never seen before. I knocked their enemy off. I split the sea so they can walk across. And I closed it on their enemy. But yet and still, they going to create something and worship it." That's how simple we are as a people, how stiff-necked. The Lord see that. He know what's going on. Verse 10 said, "Now, therefore, let me alone that my wrath may wax hot against them, and that I may consume them, and I will make of thee a great nation." So he told Moses, "Hey, get out of the way, man. I'm getting ready to destroy them, chop them down, destroy them, and consume them. And from you, Moses, I'm going to make another great nation." You see that? For our foolishness, we out there building golden calves when we were just delivered. We wasn't crying out to a golden calf when we were getting our backs beat in. We didn't build a calf when we was in Egypt and bow down and worship and cry out to the golden calf. We was crying to the Most High because we know where he dwell at. We know who he is. But our people simple. That's why we got to do these classes to bring to the remembrance of our brothers and sisters what's actually going on. A golden calf. Crazy. Bear with me right quick. All right, from there, let's go to 1 Kings chapter 11. 1 Kings chapter 11. Now, you can get a lot of meaning out of what I'm about to read, but I'm trying to stick to idolatry. But I'm going to read from 1 on down. All right. 1 Kings chapter 11, verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women together with the daughters of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites, of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, "Ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. After their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. So you would think. So Solomon had many strange women that he had as wives. He laid down, he had children with, he had kids with. Understand that. But verse 3, and he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. Why? Because he was dealing with the other nations. Why? Because the Lord said, the minute that you deal with them, they're going to turn you away from me. It don't matter that you smart or that you got the Bible in hand or you study it every day. When you go against the commandment, the Lord said it's going to happen. And that's what it happened. That's what happened. As smart and as wise as Solomon was, it still wasn't more powerful than what the Most High already established. Think about that. For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods. And his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God. And was the heart of David his father. For Solomon went after Ashtaroth, the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites. Who is Ashtaroth? This is the image of Ashtaroth, the goddess of the Zidonians. Look kind of like the Starbucks symbol. But Ashtaroth, the Canaanite goddess, possibly the deliberate corruption of the name Astar is meant to conform the vocalization of the Hebrew word Bashat, meaning shame. Ashtaroth is the preeminent goddess in the Bible, and the plural Ashtaroth is a generic term for goddesses used together with Baal as a collective term for illicit worship. Strange gods of Ashtaroth. All right. In Israel, her worship is associated with the Zidonians, but Solomon in his later years went after Ashtaroth, goddess of the Zidonians. You see that? And Josiah destroyed the cult places which Solomon had built on the Mount of Corruption. For Ashtaroth, the abomination of the Zidonians. Let's see. Ashtaroth is known for the Ugaritic text, where, however, her role is overshadowed by that of her alter ego, the goddess Anath. But I ain't even gonna keep reading on that. But the whole point is he went after this goddess, as you can see in this image, who was the goddess of the Zidonians. It also said that he went after who? Milcom, of the abomination of the Ammonites. Those would be today your Japanese. All right. Milcom or Milcom was the name of either the national god or popular god of the Ammonites. He is attested in the Hebrew Bible and in the archaeological finds from the former territory of Ammon. This is it right here. This is the god of Milcom or the Ammonites. See that? Just wanted to show you that as well. For Solomon went after Ashtaroth, the goddess of the Zidonian, and after Milcom, after the abomination of the Ammonites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord and went not fully after the Lord as did David his father. You see that? So we understand that Solomon, hold on, let me keep reading. Verse 7, then did Solomon build a high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab, the Chinese, in the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon. See there, he started building temples, worshiping their gods, making offerings. And likewise did he for all his strange wives, which burnt incense and sacrificed unto their gods. And the Lord was angry with Solomon because his heart was turned from the Lord God of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice. So he actually was able to speak to the Most High. I mean, through his dream, of course, but he was actually able to speak to him. But he still went off dealing with these other nations, which we are not supposed to do. And he ended up serving and worshiping they gods, which we are not supposed to do. And he went off into idolatry. He was in sin. Understand that. Let me go to another example. Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 12. These are the things that we got to speak about, talk about. Because our people think that they're not in idolatry. Oh, that ain't me. That ain't me. Oh, we're going to see. We're going to check you out. 1 Kings chapter 12, verse 27. Bear with me right quick. 1 Kings chapter 12, verse 27. Salaki. It reads, if this people go up to do sacrifice in the house of the Lord at Jerusalem, then shall the heart of this people turn again unto their Lord, even unto Rehoboam, king of Judah, and they shall kill me and go again to Rehoboam, king of Judah. So this was Jeroboam speaking. In his mind, he trying to come up with in his mind, he realized that if our people went to Jerusalem and sacrificed and made offering unto the Lord in the temple, that they would turn back to the Most High and stop following him. And they would start serving Rehoboam, king of Judah. Let's read on. Whereupon the king took counsel and made 2 calves of gold and said unto them, it is too much for you to go up to Jerusalem. Behold, thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. So this wicked king, that was one of our forefathers, took wicked counsel from wicked individuals and made our people to go to hell off. He built 2 golden calves, just like our people were celebrating, or built in the wilderness at the bottom of Mount Sinai. He took wicked counsel and built 2 golden calves. Behold, thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And he set one in Bethel, and the other he put in Dan. And this thing became a sin, for the people went to worship before the one, even unto Dan. So they went to the golden calves to worship, rather than going to the temple. That was our king. That was our leader. Had us going off in idolatry and sin because he didn't want to lose his rulership. He didn't want to lose the people. They're not his people. That's what he failed to realize. He was just put in a position of power, but Israel is not his people. We are the Lord's portion, his inheritance. But I'm going to keep reading. And this thing became a sin for the people. They went to worship before one and even unto Dan. And he made a house of high places and made priests of the lowest of the people, which were not even of the sons of Levi. And Jeroboam ordained a feast in the 8th month on the 15th day of the month, like unto the feast that is in Judah, and he offered unto the altar. So did he in Bethel, sacrificing unto the calves that he had made, and had placed in Bethel the priest of the high places, which he had made. So this wicked king Jeroboam built idols for our people to come worship and bow down to and make offering to, just so they wouldn't go to their homeland, so they wouldn't go to Jerusalem to offer unto the Lord, because he had a preconceived notion that they're going to go what? Go back to serving Rehoboam, serving the Lord, and turn away from him. Wicked counsel made him succeed in that. That's why we got to be mindful of the people that we deal with. Let's go to the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 6. The book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 6. And it reads, let no man deceive you with vain words. Oh, man, yeah, you right, Jeroboam. Hey, man, we got all kind of gold in the temple, man. We got enough, man. We can make some. Yeah, you right. They ain't got to go to Jerusalem. They can stay right here in Bethel. They can go to Dan. They ain't got to go. You right, bro. For because of these things cometh the wrath of God upon the children of disobedience. So when we listening to wicked individuals and we are being deceived, guess what's going to come? The wrath of the Most High. Because of these things cometh the wrath of God upon the children of disobedience. Because when we are deceived, when we don't want to hear, when we don't want to hearken or abide by the law, statutes, and commandments, wrath is going to come upon the children of disobedience. Be not ye therefore partakers with them. Think, That's what our people supposed to have been doing then, thinking. But we were just followers of wickedness, instead of, as what we read in the beginning, be followers of Yahweh. We were followers of wicked individuals who were not trying to build us up, trying to have us to step up to the next level. We following individuals that's going to prolong our captivity, following individuals that's not going to help build, that's going to continue in wickedness, in slothfulness. That was wicked as hell. But these are the things that we continue to do even to this day. But let no man deceive you in vain words, brothers and sisters. All right? Because a lot of things that we got going on today is plaguing us as a nation. All right? And a key example would be the damn Jordan shoe. I know a lot of you like, Jordan, how is that? I know every one of us that's watching this video right now that's seen or heard about a brother getting gunned down or robbed over these damn shoes. I know you know brothers that got 20 and 30 pairs of these, but can't keep their lights on. They got 30 pair of Jordans, but won't take care of their kids. Sisters got 30 pair of Jordans, but won't comb her own hair. She'll buy a wig in a minute. This is the wickedness that our people are involved in. You got a strong devotion for it. Extreme devotion toward what? Jordan shoes. That man don't even play ball no more, but our people spending $300-400 on shoes. Shoes. Killing each other over shoes, over a symbol. Standing in line on the Sabbath, they breaking the Sabbath to go buy a shoe. That's idolatry right there, whether you want to admit it or not. Idolatry. You will hold yourself on a whole nother level because you got on a damn shoe with a symbol on it versus somebody that just got on a regular pair of shoes. You think you're better than them because you got on a pair of shoes. Idolatry. You think that's going to elevate your fame, your status, your likeliness to get a female or a man because you're wearing this type of shoe? Or you're going to get more respect because you spent this amount of money on this shoe? That's simple as hell. Crazy. Simple as hell. And we killing each other for these shoes. Robbing for these shoes. And it ain't helping us at all. Just like the scriptures say, they got eyes, can't see, ears can't hear, mouths, and they can't speak. These shoes just got a symbol on it. And our people killing for it. Wow, they want to be like Mike. They want to be like Mike. They want to be like Mike. That's an idol right there. All the kids grew up trying to be like this brother. And he on TV got our kid going the hell out. Yeah, he was a good ball player. Yeah, he made money. That's cool. But at the same time, not knowing, I don't know if the brother know. If he do, if he don't, he need to repent just like majority of us. But the way that they used him was to influence our people to go off into idolatry, into sin. What did he promote? Shaving the bald head. We ain't supposed to do that. Shaving your beard. We ain't supposed to do that. Breaking the Sabbath. We ain't supposed to do that. They used him to be an idol. Now everybody was growing up, especially in my generation. We growing up want to be just like Mike. We ain't want to be like Yahweh. We ain't want to be like Moses. We ain't want to be like Elijah, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Noah. We ain't want to be like them. We want to be like Mike, though. Just put a ball in a hoop. Have a family, lead him, go be with a white woman. We want to be like Mike. We don't want to be righteous. We don't know how to be. To do good, we have no knowledge. Why? Because we being brainwashed at an early age to buy some damn shoes, to be like Mike. Hell, a lot of you might be tuning in right now watching the damn Super Bowl. Everybody watching that, they want to see Usher perform. They want to see the Chiefs. They want to see the 49ers. That ain't helping you no shape, form, or fashion in your life at all. But our people brainwashed to tune into these things. Why? Because that's what your enemy programmed you to watch. So that's what you want to watch. What they tell you to watch. Like I said, we worshiping money. We worshiping our women. Worshiping the kids. They even got this show that had came out, American Idol. Everybody remembers that. Why would they call it that? Why it couldn't be an American hero? Why they want to make it an idol? Think about that. Why couldn't it be just American singer, entertainer, whatever the case? They said idol. They knew exactly what they were doing. Putting our people in idolatry. And they don't even know it. They watching it every day. They can't wait to get home to watch it. They at home singing the songs. They at work, they at school talking about American Idol. They want to grow up and go on American Idol. Idolatry. They want people to bow down and worship them. That's why they watch that show. That's why they promoted it. Then you got birthdays. 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 Now, you can't tell so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American about no birthday. They'll fight you tooth and nail. They'll damn near be ready to put you to death over a birthday, and can't prove the reason why they're doing it. Ain't nothing wrong. It's just a cake. It's just a gift. The Lord ain't tell you to do these things, so why you doing it? Why you ain't got no answer? Where did you find that? Who told you to do that? Your enemy. Those heathen who worship and idolize everything else. We ain't supposed to be celebrating no birthday. That's idolatry. Think about it. On your birthday, you waking up, or I ain't even gonna say on that day, leading up to that day, the week before, the week of, you getting crunk, your spirit getting uplifted. You like, I can't wait. You going and buying outfits. You going to the salon. You going to the barbershop to get tidied up for your birthday. You've been planning for the last 6 months. Where you going? What you doing? Well, nah, I ain't even gonna say that. Israel, we don't do no real planning. It might have been a week out. You going to the club. You going to the strip club. You renting out the bar, whatever the case. Planning for wickedness. But when you woke up that morning, you ain't getting no praise to the Most High. That whole week, you ain't getting no praise to the Most High at all. And then on your birthday, you think you're going to wake up and give praise to him? Hell nah. You thinking about yourself. You thinking about putting that pin on your shirt with them dollars on them. Go around, everybody can greet you. Hey, happy birthday, baby. That's what you looking for. You want everybody to stop what they doing to commemorate you, to worship you. Think about that. Ain't no birthdays in the Bible. Ain't nobody celebrating that in the Bible. They ain't tell you celebrate Christ's birthday. Where is that in the scriptures? Why it ain't not one scripture in there where he was celebrating his own birthday? Well, the 3 wise men, it don't say 3 wise men, for one. They brought gifts to him on that day. Do it say celebrate birthday? After that particular day, did anybody bring any more gifts to him? Do you read anywhere else in the scripture where somebody was giving gifts on their birthday? Yes, you do. Let's go to it. Let's go to the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 2, chapter 6, verse 7. This is during the Greek captivity, and this is the book of 2 Maccabees that's in the Apocrypha. That's out of the book that they removed from the scriptures to hide our history. But this is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 7. When we were in the Greek captivity, and it reads, and in the day of the king's birth, every month they were brought by bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices, meaning the Israelites. And when the feast of the Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus carrying ivy. Now, that was matter of fact, let me see. That's where I want to start. I'll start at verse 4. 2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 4. For the temple was filled with riot and reveling by the Gentiles. So they had took over our temple. Who dallied with harlots. So they had harlots, whores in our temple, and had to do with women within the circuit of the holy places. And besides that, brought in things that were not lawful. So they had abominable foods in there that they were eating in our temple. The altar also was filled with profane things, which the law forbiddeth. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. So that's where you get the connection of the dots when you read the New Testament, where it say neither Jew nor Greek. And you ask yourself, well, where the hell is the Greeks at? Why are they talking about Greeks? Because at this particular moment in time, we were in captivity under the Greeks. That happened after Alexander the Great. We were in captivity under the Greeks for a minute. And they made laws where we couldn't keep the Sabbath days, where we couldn't keep our feast days, and we couldn't even call ourselves Jews or Israelites. Understand that? So we weren't able to call ourselves who we truly are. Who will we call ourselves? The land or the people that we were living amongst. We would call ourselves Greeks. Just like today, here in Babylon the Great, we call ourselves Americans. We're not Americans. We were just slaves brought over here in America, forced to live here and work in their economy or work for them. So once again, it said, and in the day of the king's birth, meaning his birthday, every month. So they celebrated his birthday every month. They, meaning us, the Israelites, were brought by bitter constraint. So we were forced to come celebrate this man's holiday. To eat of the sacrifices. So they had gods, Bacchus. We had to come in there bearing gifts to his God, to their gods, and celebrate this man's birthday. Think about that. They made us to celebrate birthdays by bitter constraint, because we wasn't dealing with that. That was against our policy, against our rules, our laws as a nation of people. We wasn't participating in that. But from there, let's go to 2 Maccabees chapter 4. So because we were following after their ways, were made to celebrate their birthdays, what do you think happened after that? We began to like it. 2 Maccabees chapter 4, verse 15. Not setting by the honors of their fathers, but liking the glory of the Grecians best of all. You see that? So because we were forced by bitter constraint, forced to celebrate other people, other nations' customs, traditions, we started to like their glory. We started to like their customs. Birthdays? I like that. We gonna start doing that. What y'all use cake? Candles, huh? What do candles represent? Oh, how old they are? I like that. And you put a little flame on top of it and you sing happy birthday song, huh? You don't give no praise to the Most High, you just give them gifts. Oh, they the altar? Okay, I kind of like that. You do it every year? Okay, I like that. I'm gonna do that. Here we are today, 2024, following after the glory of the Grecians. And we wonder why we going to hell off as a nation. You wonder why we don't know that our Messiah looks just like us, that the angels look just like us, that the Most High got the hell just like us, that this world was made just for us. We don't know these things because we following after their customs, after their tradition. We laying down with their women, laying down with their men, breeding with them, learning their customs, learning their traditions, learning their education, their religions, everything we learning about them, and we give a damn about who we are or where we came from or how we got to this state. Verse 16, by reason whereof sore calamity came upon them, for they had them in to be their enemies and avengers, whose customs they followed so earnestly, and unto whom they desire to be like in all things. Is that not what we doing here in Babylon the Great? Our people trying to go get degrees, diplomas, to be just like our enemies. start businesses, live life, buy houses, cars to live and look just like them. Loving the glory of the Grecians best of all, and hating and not sticking to what? The honor of their fathers. We don't even know our forefathers. We think our forefathers are white. And when you try to explain to our brothers and sisters who they are according to the scriptures, they don't want to hear it. Oh, that's your opinion. I'm good. I'm in a sorority. I'm in a fraternity. I'm good. I got a six-figure income. I'm good. I got a business over there. Hey, I'm good. Can't tell me nothing. Wicked as hell. Following what? The ways of this world. Thinking we doing something, but we actually giving our glory away. Because we love the glory of the Grecians best of all. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 2 right quick. Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 11. The Lord got a question for us. Said, have a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods. Now, look around at the other nations. They have not changed their gods. They have not changed their gods. Buddha been over there forever. Krishna been their god forever. Have a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? And I was talking about the so-called Chinese and the East Indians. They ain't changed their gods. But my people have changed their glory for that which doeth not profit. We've changed everything about us. Everything. How we used to carry ourselves, how we used to speak to each other, how we used to eat, think, how we even enjoy the feast days. We don't even do that no more. We'll enjoy Christmas, Valentine's. We'll get casket sharp to go to these events, to marriages, to funerals, feast days. We don't care. We have changed our glory to the thing that don't profit. We don't care. Our Lord, our Messiah has been changed to look like damn what his name? Jeffrey Dahmer. Looking like Lassie. And we bowing down to that, worshiping. Come on now, what's going on? What's really going on? And I meant to mention this about the birthdays, how that's the highest thing that you can find in the Satanic Bible. It's actually a book written by this guy, Anton LaVey. It says back in 1969, Anton LaVey wrote the Satanic Bible. On page 96, it mentions birthdays. The highest of all holidays in the Satanic religion is the date of one's own birth. This is the direct contradiction to the holy of holy days of other religions, which deify a particular God who has been created in an anthropomorphic form of their image, thereby showing that the ego is not really buried. See that? So this is a book that actually has been written. And in that book, it explains how celebrating your birthday is the highest level of worship in that book. Think about that. A Satanic Bible. That's why we ain't supposed to be doing that. The Lord is not. He don't commend that. He don't tell us to do these things. Matter of fact, Job, he was against it. Jeremiah, all the prophets were against it. We're going to get to that in a minute. Matter of fact, let's go to it now. Let's go to the book of Job. Chapter 3, verse 1. The book of Job, chapter 3, verse 1. After this, opened Job his mouth and cursed his day, meaning the birthday. And Job spake and said, let the day perish wherein I was born, and the night in which it was said, there is a man-child conceived. Let that day be darkness. Let not God regard it from above, neither let the light shine upon it. Let darkness and shadow of death stain it. Let a cloud dwell upon it. Let the blackness of the day terrify it. You see that? As for that night, let darkness seize upon it. Let it not be joined unto the days of the year. Let it not come into the number of the months. Now you might read, well, Job was actually going through something right there. That's why he was speaking like that. Where do you read where he was in agreement with? You don't. Let's go get another account right quick. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. Go to Jeremiah chapter 20. And we're going to go to verse 14. It's the book of Jeremiah chapter 20, verse 14, and it reads, Cursed be the day wherein I was born. Let not the day wherein my mother bare me be blessed. Cursed be the man who brought tidings to my father, saying, A man-child is born unto thee, making him very glad. You see that? Cursed be the day wherein I was born. Think about it. When we come into this earth, we coming into anguish. We, as a nation, we coming into captivity right now. We come in, they say that we born into a world of sin. We coming in as a nation into captivity all around the world, everywhere we go. Coming into captivity. That's why they were speaking and saying, Cursed be the day wherein I was born. Now I got to get up every day and slave at a plantation. In this society today, every day we got to wake up and go slave in somebody else's backyard. We got to go slave in this wicked kingdom society, paying bills, getting up, breaking our backs day in and day out, eating abominable foods, defiled foods, the water's defiled, the air is defiled, your relationships, your nation of people is defiled, corrupted. Cursed be the day you was born in this wicked land. Think about that. And what do people say when somebody passed? They gone, they in rest now. They in peace. Rest in peace. Because they knew the whole time that they were here, they was in hell. That's why they say rest in peace. Rest in heaven. You see that? That's why Job and Jeremiah say, Cursed be the day wherein we were born. They ain't say nothing about celebrating no birthdays. Think about that. All right, let me see what else we got. So we understand that worshiping birthdays is idolatry. And that's in the Satanic Bible as the highest holy day. Now, we're going to go into what we were speaking about a minute ago, about Jeffrey Dahmer or Lassie. You know what I'm saying? This guy, Jesus Cristo, Caesar Borgia, you know, the Borgias. We're going to speak about that. All right? Because a lot of our people wear this charm right here that you see. That's Caesar Borgia, or the image of Christ that they portrayed and put in the minds of our people. And you got our brothers and sisters wearing this chain. They put diamonds all in it, gold all around it, platinum, whatever. You got our brothers and sisters wearing this chain. The rappers wearing it, Jay-Z, Kanye. Who is that? Mace, Lil C, Notorious B.I.G., Nas. Who is that? Raekwon, Fabulous. LeBron back there. Wearing this piece. A damn lie. An idol. And our people wearing these things thinking they being somewhat spiritual. They buying in and bowing down to these things. Well, no, it's just a chain around my neck. You teaching other people to wear that garbage. Like my brother A.O.I say, that's the God of black on black violence right there. Teaching you to kill and hate your brothers. Make music on killing and shooting your brother. Everybody wearing that chain seems like that's something that you got to go through in order to be in the game or to be in the rap game, the music game. Got to put that crap around your neck. See that? It's garbage. And they put that image everywhere. Look at it. Christ the Redeemer. That's that statue you see in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. Created by a French-Polish sculptor and built by a Brazilian engineer, Heitor da Silva Costa, in collaboration with French engineer Albert Caquat. Romanian sculptor George Leonida sculpted the face, constructed between 1922 and 1931. The statue is 30 meters, meaning 98 feet high, and his arms stretch 26 feet or 92 feet wide. And I just wanted to show you that Christ the Redeemer differs considerably from its original design. Not that that's important, but this is an idol. People all around the world fly to Brazil just to see that. It's in damn near every movie that you can see. It's in Fast and the Furious and various other movies. They show this image. People flying down there to bow down to it, to take pictures, to idolize it, to highly respect, reverence, or what it say, an object of extreme devotion, a representation or a symbol of an object of worship, a false god. See that? They wearing it around their necks. They flying down to it. They're making movies about it. And then we don't even know the history behind that image, where they got that from. But they got a series that came out on Showtime years back dealing with that family, Caesar Borgia and their family, the Pope, his son, and wicked daughter. You know, these are the people who got that image pushed around the world. Think about that. Look at this. They also bowing down to the image of Mary. Got our people and got all people around the world bowing down to this image, praying to it. Man, go to Issachar store, grocery store, and you're gonna see them with the rosary beads everywhere. Northern Kingdom, they gonna have this everywhere. Everywhere, bowing down to Mary. Immaculate Conception. We're gonna get into that in another class. But they got these images, these idols everywhere, all around the world, paintings, pictures everywhere. And our people faithfully bowing down to them, not truly understanding where it came from, why it exists, and why they do the things that they do. Because they have been indoctrinized from a youth up, you know. Then you got the cobblestone. That's what the scripture was talking about. We would be cursed. Let me go there right quick. Deuteronomy 28:64. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 64, and it reads, "And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth, even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone." So part of the curse that was put on our people is that we would be scattered among all nations, among all people, and in those different lands, counties, countries, however you want to label it, continents, we would be serving other gods. And it says, even wood and stone. Now that wood actually represents what? Christianity, Catholicism. That's where you get the Caesar Borgia image, the Mary image, put up and made of statues scattered all around the world. It's Christianity. But that stone is actually representing what? Islam. That's the second leading religion that's in the world right now. Those are the two titans, Christianity and Islam. Now, Islam, they got this stone, the cobblestone, that's actually in Mecca. People make pilgrimage there year in and year out to walk around this stone, to kiss it. They put their heads in there, they kiss this stone, they bow down to it. You know, they bow down to it, they serve it, they pray to it. as if this stone is going to save them. That stone ain't got no mouth, no eyes, no ears. It can't do nothing. If somebody wanted to come in there and shoot that stone up, it can't protect itself. But people traveling to this place, walking around it, bowing down to it, kissing it, doing all manner of wickedness. Look at that. Millions of people traveled up. And that exact place where this stone is at is where they used to do what? Trade us, sell us. It was a slave post where they used to sell our people. But our people have no idea as to what's going on. They just want to be a part of something. Not knowing they're the greatest people on earth. They just want to be a part of something. I want to show this as well. This is the Islamic logos. The sun or the moon and the stars. What did we read in Deuteronomy earlier? How the nations were created to serve the idols or the things in the heavens and on earth. The sun, the moon, and the stars. Their logo is the moon and the star. That's what they represent. Letting you know what? That what they do is idolatry. Idolatry. They worship a rock. Even though they say they praying to Allah, they worshiping a rock. They bowing down to that rock. They kissing that rock. They serving that rock. They'll put you to death over that rock. Come in there and be disrespectful if you want to. You won't make it out of there. They'll put you to death over that rock. The cobblestone. But they worship the moon and the star. That's their logo. They bowing down and worshiping that. People from all around the world traveling over there to do that. Malcolm X did that. One of our powerful leaders back in the day went over there and walked around and bowed down to that cobblestone, not knowing he was in idolatry. A lot of our brothers and sisters do that, not knowing that they're in idolatry, thinking that they have found peace because everybody over there at the rock peaceful. Walking around in peace, thinking they have found the center of the universe or something. That's idolatry. They got you going off. It's wicked. All right. What else we got? We already talked about the flag. Now what I want to do is go back to 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 14. We can wrap it up. I know I've been talking for a minute. 1 Corinthians chapter 10. Verse 14. Lord willing, you brothers and sisters, learn something today. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 14. Wherefore, my dearly beloved, flee from idolatry. So we went through all these different images, articles to show you how our people are very engulfed in idolatry, how they must flee from these things. Why? What's the reason why we got to flee from it? Well, let's check it out. Let's go to Revelation right quick. The last book in the Bible. Let's go to the book of Revelation, chapter 22. We're going to start at verse 14. And it reads, blessed are they that do his commandments. So once again, making reference to what we started off with, blessed is the man that don't walk in the ungodly counsel, because ungodly counsel is going to have you breaking the commandments. So Revelation 22:14 says what? Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city, meaning into the kingdom. For without, meaning those people who will not make it into the kingdom, are dogs, the other nations, and sorcerers, and whoremongers, and murderers, and idolaters. You see that? Idolatry. If you in idolatry, you ain't getting in the kingdom. And whosoever loveth and maketh a lie, you're not getting into the kingdom. The other nations ain't getting in there. If you in witchcraft, sorcery, you damn putting blood in a man spaghetti trying to make him stay in love with you, you ain't getting in the kingdom. You damn making voodoo dolls to try to get even or control somebody, you're not getting in the kingdom. You damn sleeping around with every woman you're not getting in the kingdom. You sleeping around with every man, you're not getting in the kingdom. You murdering your folks by selling them wicked music that's going to tell them to kill each other, and you selling them drugs to kill them, you're not getting into the kingdom. You pulling the gun on your brothers and sisters, you're not getting the kingdom. Idolatry, idolaters, you're not getting into the kingdom. And whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. This is why we have to come out of idolatry. This is why we have to stop doing the things that we do, because we have to stop, because we don't know how powerful the magnitude of the consequences that come behind it. We have to understand what's going on at all times, at all times. And a lot of our brothers and sisters, if you ain't tuned in and you watching the damn Super Bowl, that's part of the reason why we in the condition we in right now. If you tune in watching the Super Bowl and you ain't learning nothing about who you are, what you're supposed to be doing, you ain't meditating on the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, part of the reason why we in the condition we in. You got to make change. You cannot continue down the same path being wicked as hell and expect change. But at the same time, I'm your brother Ananias for A.O.I, the Awakening of Israel. We want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe, leave your comments in the comment section if you got any. But nonetheless, appreciate you tuning in. Got to give all praise and honor to the Most High through His Son. It's been another Savory Sunday dealing with idolatry. Stop it. Stop it right damn now. Learn who you are. Keep these commandments and apply. And on that note, I'm your brother Ananias. I love you, and I'm out.